What happens when love, betrayal, and shocking secrets collide? Heer and Jeet's love is tested as Jarnail returns from the dead, plotting to destroy the Atwal family. Jasmine, Heer's best friend, heartbreaking betrayal shakes everyone. Yashika struggles with her hidden feelings for Jeet. Jarnail threatens to kill his parents. Jarnail is arrested and sent to jail. From deadly traps, family confrontations, and shocking confessions, to Heer and Jeet hanging above dangerous chemicals, this episode is packed with suspense, drama, and heart-stopping twists you won't see coming. So, make sure you watch this video till the very end, because every second is filled with shocking revelations. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear what you think about Jasmine's betrayal and Jarnail's evil plans. But the real question is, will Heer and Jeet survive Jarnail's deadly game? Will Jasmine ever be forgiven? And can Jarnail finally be stopped before he destroys the Atwal family forever? Stay tuned, because the answers are inside this video. Heer is troubled by Navjot's suspicious actions. She accidentally falls into Jeet's arms, and their closeness hurts Yashika, who later cries alone, recalling moments when Jeet mistook her for Heer. Meanwhile, Jeet tests Navjot with a fake call, believing she is innocent. A hooded person shows Jarnail proof that Yashika tampered with Jeet's car brakes, making her a possible ally. Jarnail contacts Yashika, posing as Heer. He later gives Heer a tablet meant to cause Jeet's heart attack, warning her to take it herself if she fails to deliver it. Heer begins doubting Navjot, suspecting she too is being blackmailed. Yashika hints at heartbreak during a conversation with Jeet, while Navjot starts doubting if Heer is really Heer. Jasmine fears Beant's secret visits to the farmhouse and urges Gurmeet to return home. Yashika apologizes to Navjot and proposes they spend the day together, hiding her true motives. Heer convinces Jeet that they need to confront Jarnail and expose him. She asks Yashika to bring Navjot to the back of the market while Jeet hides nearby to witness Jarnail's arrival. However, the plan does not go as expected. Jarnail stops his car but refuses to step out, instead pointing a gun directly at Heer. Jeet sees this and finally realizes that Jarnail is alive. When Jarnail tries to attack Jeet, Heer intervenes, and Yashika fires a few warning shots to scare Jarnail away. Jeet apologizes to Heer for not believing her earlier claims, while Heer questions Yashika's absence during the crucial moment. Yashika explains that she lost her phone and got distracted while searching for it, and Heer accepts the excuse since Jeet has now seen the truth for himself. Back at home, Rajwinder notices Jeet spending time with Yashika instead of Heer. She confronts Heer's parents for not questioning this behavior and expresses her concern that she does not want Heer to suffer as she once did. Sartaj tries to smooth things over, suggesting they may have been out for work. To cover up the situation, Jeet, Heer, and Yashika create a false story, but Rajwinder remains uneasy and suspicious. Later, Heer injures her ankle, and Jeet gently takes the ointment from her to apply it himself. The two share an emotional stare, and Jeet apologizes again for doubting her. Heer admits she was truly frightened, and the couple agrees to start afresh, sealing their reconciliation with a heartfelt hug. Watching them together leaves Yashika deeply hurt, feeling sidelined and heartbroken. Meanwhile, Navjot and Beant discuss Rajwinder's growing suspicions. They also talk about Yashika and reassure each other that she is not alone and that they should support her. Suddenly, Beant suffers a medical attack, and Heer struggles to hold herself back from rushing to his aid. Towards the end, Jeet notices Jasmine's phone and finds a contact saved under the letter J. This discovery raises his suspicion, making him wonder if Jasmine could be secretly helping Jarnail. Jeet begins to doubt himself, wondering if he is wrong about Jasmine since she was the one who helped him reunite with Heer. His thoughts are interrupted when Beant Singh suddenly falls ill. Jeet quickly gives him medicine and insists on calling the doctor. Rajwinder urges him to rush Beant straight to the hospital, but Sartaj suggests they wait for the doctor's opinion first. Yashika makes an excuse to step aside, leaving Heer to take care of Beant. Despite her inner conflict, Heer cannot hold back her concern and starts giving Beant chest compression, silently praying that nothing happens to him. Navjot anxiously asks if Beant will recover, and Heer hopes aloud that he will open his eyes soon. The doctor finally arrives, examines Beant, and administers an injection. He reassures the family that Beant is out of danger but warns that his eating habits must be controlled, especially his sugar levels. Sartaj promises to take responsibility for Beant's care from now on. Later, when Beant is alone, Heer quietly checks on him. She feels guilty for not being able to take on the responsibilities of a daughter and prays for his recovery. Yashika enters, offering to look after Beant and asking Heer to finish her work. Touched, Heer hugs Yashika and thanks her sincerely. Elsewhere, Jarnail is shown firing bullets at targets pinned with pictures of Heer, Jeet, and Yashika. His hatred is clear as he vows to kill all three, deciding to target Yashika first. He calls someone to keep track of her every move so he can execute his plan. Back at home, Gurmeet finally returns after being away for days. Navjot confronts him about neglecting his family, but Gurmeet rudely dismisses her. Heer, agitated by his disrespect, steps forward, but Yashika intervenes and slaps Gurmeet for abandoning Jasmine during her pregnancy and leaving his aging parents alone. Jasmine begs Gurmeet to return with her, and Heer thanks Yashika for standing up for Jasmine. Yashika admits she only acted out of sympathy for Jasmine, but Jeet once again questions why Jasmine, who suffers so much, would ever choose to help Jarnail. Later, Jasmine confronts Gurmeet directly about his affair and demands to know why he wants to leave her. Gurmeet coldly reveals his plan. He intends to divorce her and marry Sheelin, who has Canadian residency. He explains that once he obtains residency through her, he will call Jasmine and their unborn child to Canada, believing they will have a better life there. He admits that he feels he has no respect in India. Jasmine is devastated, but Gurmeet tells her to listen to him carefully. Heartbroken, she clings to him and offers to arrange money if only he won't leave her, though Gurmeet grows suspicious of her sudden change in attitude. Meanwhile, Heer reflects emotionally on her past conversations with Beant Singh and feels apologetic for failing to take proper care of him. Jeet brings her tea, reassuring her that Beant is doing better now. Heer admits her guilt but tells Jeet that Jarnail is mistaking her for Yashika and vice versa, which puts both of them in danger. She insists that they need to expose Jarnail's schemes once and for all. Just then, Jasmine walks in and confronts the couple, creating new tension. Jeet asks Heer if she remembers what Jarnail did during their marriage, but Heer tries to cover up by claiming they were only discussing her marriage with Jeet. Jasmine refuses to accept their explanation and threatens to expose everything to the family. At the same time, Yashika and Navjot return home to find the house in disarray, wondering if there has been a theft. Suddenly, Jasmine screams in pain, and Heer rushes to her side, worried for the baby's safety. Jasmine recalls how Heer once told her she would call the baby Junior, and in a moment of vulnerability, Jasmine declares to Jeet that she is their Heer. Meanwhile, Gurmeet sneaks into the house to steal some documents, a scene secretly witnessed by Yashika. She wrestles with the decision of whether or not to reveal the truth to Navjot. Heer finally admits her true identity to Jasmine, asking her to keep the secret safe. Jeet too pledges to protect Heer. Jasmine promises her silence and even apologizes to Jeet for doubting him. She blesses Heer, wishing her happiness, and insists Heer herself should check Beant Singh's blood pressure. Heer goes to Beant, who lies unconscious, and feels emotional as she tends to him. She prays for his recovery after confirming that his blood pressure is normal. However, Beant recalls seeing Heer and Jeet close together earlier, misinterpreting Heer as Yashika. In his heart, he becomes angry, believing Heer is being betrayed by the man she loves. Sartaj instructs Heer to call the doctor. Later, Heer confides in Jeet that Beant seemed upset, likely because he had seen them hugging. Jeet agrees, fearing Beant may think he is betraying his own daughter. The couple reluctantly acknowledges they need to keep more distance to avoid misunderstandings. The danger escalates when Jarnail sneaks into the Atwal house, determined to kill Yashika, who is, in fact, the real Heer. Jasmine prepares to leave the house but realizes she has forgotten her phone. At that moment, she spots Jarnail aiming a gun at Heer. To everyone's shock, Jasmine intervenes, revealing the truth to him. In a stunning twist, it is revealed through flashbacks that Jasmine has secretly been helping Jarnail ever since his return. Jasmine warns Jarnail that Heer, Jeet, and Yashika are working together against him and advises him to remain cautious inside the house. Jeet once again begins to suspect Jasmine loyalties. Later, Jarnail calls Heer directly, accusing her of deceiving him and demanding one final task to prove her worth. He even allows her to choose the meeting location herself but warns Jasmine privately that Heer will not return alive. Jeet, increasingly unsettled, grows more certain that Jasmine is indeed the one aiding Jarnail in secret. Jeet desperately calls Heer to stop her from meeting Jarnail, but she ignores his warnings and drives off to the Gurdwara. Jeet rushes after her, fearing for her safety. Meanwhile, Beant Singh recalls seeing Jeet and Heer close together and mistakenly addresses Yashika as Heer. He asks if she is happy with Jeet. Yashika, conflicted, answers positively. Beant grows emotional, telling her that since she came into the Atwal house, Jeet has been close to her, and he cannot bear to see her in any pain. Yashika reassures him, though he senses she is hiding something. At the Gurdwara, Heer spots Jarnail disguised with his face covered. She grows suspicious, realizing he chose a crowded place to mislead her. Jarnail taunts her, joking that she owes him explanations. Heer excuses her actions, claiming she saved Jeet's life only by chance. Jarnail, however, congratulates her mockingly for deceiving him and calls her Heer, confirming that he knows her truth. At the same time, Jeet grows worried, convinced that Jasmine has already revealed Heer's identity to Jarnail, and he prays for Heer's safety. Back at the Atwal house, Beant notices Yashika's troubled expression and believes she is saddened by Jeet's closeness to her. Yashika internally admits Jeet has done nothing wrong but finds herself drawn to him because of his noble qualities. Still, she knows his life is bound to Heer, and she feels guilty for being caught between them. Elsewhere, Jasmine confronts Gumit's girlfriend, furious that she is standing in the way of their marriage. Jasmine lashes out violently, reminding her that she sacrificed her family to marry Gumit and vowing not to spare her if she dares to come close to him again. Jasmine insists she will take Gumit to Canada, away from the other woman. Back at the Gurdwara, Heer suddenly collapses unconscious after consuming drink secretly laced with drugs by Jarnail. He pretends she is his wife and calls on people nearby to help him carry her to his car. Jeet arrives just moments too late. He frantically shows Heer's photo around, only to realize Jarnail has already taken her away. Heer regains consciousness tied to a chair in a dark go-down. Meanwhile, Jeet directly confronts Jasmine, accusing her of being Jarnail's accomplice. Jasmine tries to defend herself, but Jeet, desperate and broken, pleads with her to help him save Heer before it is too late. Jeet pleads with Jasmine to reveal Heer's location so he can save her. At the go-down, Jarnail holds Heer at gunpoint. Heer bravely tells him that he can do whatever he wants, but this time he will surely be defeated. Jarnail smirks, reminding her that her truth has been exposed and she is already his captive. Heer warns him not to dare harm Jeet. Meanwhile, Jeet confronts Jasmine with an audio recording that proves her betrayal. He scolds her for deceiving someone who has always supported her and warns that Beant will throw her out of the house, while Gumit will never forgive her. Jasmine tries to justify herself, claiming that Jarnail is exploiting her situation and she is not helping him willingly. Jeet, desperate, begs her to tell him where Jarnail is and promises to keep her secret if she cooperates. Back at the hideout, Heer realizes Jasmine must have been the one who revealed her truth to Jarnail. She questions him, but he mocks her, saying she is too late in discovering it. Heer insists Jasmine could never betray her, recalling their bond, but Jarnail coldly admits that he exploited Jasmine's weakness. He declares that once he ends Heer's life, Jeet will be next. He raises his gun to shoot her, bidding her goodbye, but then changes his mind, saying he has unfinished work, and leaves her bound. Jasmine retreats to her room while Heer struggles to free herself from the ropes. Jeet arrives at the hideout, and Heer senses his presence. She calls out to him, and he rushes to her side, untying her bonds. Overwhelmed, Heer hugs him tightly and explains Jasmine's betrayal, but Jeet tells her he already knows. He urges her to escape quickly. Just then, Jarnail storms back in, striking Jeet on the head and recapturing them both. He reveals that Jasmine texted him about Jeet coming to rescue her, exposing her deeper betrayal. A flashback shows Jasmine informing Jarnail in advance. While Heer and Jeet are trapped again, Jasmine remains unrepentant. She consoles herself by thinking of her unborn child. Gumit confronts her angrily for attacking his girlfriend. Jasmine defends herself, saying the woman was trying to take him away. Gumit scolds her harshly, but Jasmine insists she will never allow anyone to separate them. Meanwhile, Jarnail orders his men to keep strict watch over Heer and Jeet. Jasmine secretly meets Jarnail, demanding money so she can leave for Canada. But Jarnail betrays her trust once more, revealing that Gumit's girlfriend was also his pawn, showing Jasmine just how badly she has been manipulated. Jeet and Heer are left hanging dangerously above a pool of deadly chemicals. In this moment of life and death, Heer confesses her true feelings to Jeet. She reveals that she has loved him since childhood but realized it too late. She recalls how she always shared her problems with him, how she begged her father to support him, all because her love was pure and selfless. Heer tells Jeet she has no regrets, because even if she dies, her life has been spent loving him. She prays that they will meet again in their next life. Jeet, holding on to her, says he wants to live with her, but Heer responds with pain that maybe God does not want it. With tears in her eyes, she finally says the words, "I loves you" to Jeet. Jarnail coldly tells Jasmine that he only used her because she was closest to Jeet. He taunts her for betraying her own blood, telling her that while she is a killer, he never betrayed his family like she did. He declares that her downfall is his victory. Jasmine, shattered by his words, regrets everything she has done to Heer. Jarnail then hears noise from Heer's side but orders his man to hold Jasmine back. With a cruel smirk, he tells her that Heer and Jeet are no more. Jasmine breaks down completely, crying uncontrollably, haunted by her past moments with Heer. At the Atwal house, ominous signs begin to unsettle the family. Rajinder is horrified when the earthen lamp suddenly extinguishes, and Teji declares it to be a bad omen. Navjot notices Heer and Jeet's photo has fallen, which disturbs her deeply. Yashika grows restless, fearing that they might be in danger. She tries to call both Heer and Jeet, but their phones are switched off. Soon after, Jasmine returns home in a broken state, her clothes and hair disheveled, her face streaked with tears. The entire family gathers around her in shock, asking what has happened. Jasmine collapses to the floor, crying uncontrollably. Gurmeet assumes she is upset because of Shirley, but Yashika urges her to explain. With trembling words, Jasmine reveals that Heer and Jeet are no longer in this world. The family is stunned into silence. Beant refuses to believe it, saying Heer is right there with them. Confusion spreads as Yashika keeps asking where Heer and Jeet are. Finally, Jasmine shouts through her tears that both Heer and Jeet have been killed. The family reels in disbelief. At that moment, Jarnail himself enters, confirming the horrifying truth. Everyone is shaken to see him alive, and Jasmine blurts out that he is the one who murdered Heer and Jeet. Rajinder and Teji realize this means Heer had been telling the truth about Jarnail all along. Jarnail, with cruel satisfaction, declares that he has sent both Heer and Jeet to God. He points to Yashika and claims she is only Heer's friend, while insisting that those who needed to die are already dead. His chilling words leave the family horrified and broken. He mockingly asks for forgiveness, saying they will never see the bodies because they must have dissolved in the chemicals. He then points a gun at Sartaj, his father, telling him that his only support system is gone. Rajinder is horrified and questions how he could aim a gun at his own father, but Jarnail threatens to kill anyone who dares oppose him. Sartaj stands tall and fearlessly tells Jarnail that he isn't scared of him or his threats. Jarnail claims all rights to the Atwal property and orders Sartaj to sign everything over to him. Sartaj flatly refuses, saying Jarnail may as well shoot him. Rajinder tries to calm her husband, but Sartaj pushes her aside, determined not to bend. Jarnail realizes Sartaj won't give up easily and thinks he'll get everything after Sartaj's death. Teji steps forward and bitterly challenges Jarnail to kill her and the children as well if property is all he desires. Enraged, Jarnail turns his gun on Rajinder, threatening to kill them one by one. Teji cries out that God will never forgive him for disrespecting his parents like this. As Jarnail takes aim at Sartaj, Jeet suddenly storms in and stops him, leaving everyone shocked. Moments later, Heer also arrives home and confronts Jarnail, declaring that none of his evil plans will succeed because he stands against God. Jeet attacks Jarnail, throwing him to the ground and warning that he is ready to kill him. Heer reveals that it was God's blessing that saved them, showing a flashback of Jeet praying before risking his life to rescue her. Jeet then accuses Jarnail of his long list of crimes, burning Nina, killing his brother, trying to kill Heer, and even raising his hand against his father. He says Jarnail cannot be forgiven anymore. Jarnail manages to push Jeet away and grabs Rajinder at gunpoint. He fires a shot at her, but Jeet bravely shields her and gets hit in the arm. The police arrive just in time, overpower Jarnail, and arrest him. Teji finally admits Heer was right about Jarnail being alive, and Jeet regretfully agrees, apologizing for not believing her sooner. Teji also apologizes to Heer for her lack of trust. However, Heer is left devastated when Jasmine confesses that she had been helping Jarnail. Heer asks why she would betray them knowing Jarnail wanted to kill both her and Jeet. Jasmine explains that she had no choice and only did it to save her marriage. Gurmeet scolds her, but Jasmine reveals how she discovered Gurmeet's affair and how Jarnail tricked her into aiding him. Jarnail is arrested and sent to jail, while Heer thanks Yashika for helping her expose Jarnail's truth in front of everyone. Jeet also thanks Yashika for saving his life twice, saying, "Because of you, Heer and I are together." Meanwhile, Jarnail sits inside the lockup and smirks at the inspector. He warns, "You can't keep me in here for long." The inspector coldly replies, "If you want to leave this time, you'll have to die for real." Jarnail vows to escape jail and destroy the family once and for all. Thanks for watching.